Yeah, it's 5:30, so I would like to call the meeting to order
The
now.
only thing is.
Do I have a motion, or do I need a motion? Okay, meeting's been called to order. Could I please have your attention?
Chastised.
I mean, chastised, right?
The meeting has been called to
Oh,
order.
I know, I was saying be quiet, guys, because you meant to be called. I was trying to warn you.
Anyway. Okay, I didn't see anyone signed up for citizens communication. So our first order of business is to accept the minutes from November 6th.
Motion?
Second?
Okay, do we have any points of discussion on the meeting minutes? Okay, if not, all in favor of accepting these meeting minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Any against? Okay, unanimous approval. Okay, our first resolution. I assume they're all attached. One 26 9. Resolution appropriating and amending the 2025-26 Animal Center budget by $19,500. Revenues to come from donations.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, would you like to do an explanation, Andrea?
Well, these are all undesignated donations that were given to us, and we are, well, one of them, the $8,000 donation, was actually designated for veterinary services, and that will be used for spay neuter. The other two donations were undesignated, and we just put those where we needed them. The $4,000, it says other charges, but that's actually to wrap the adoption unit, like the mobile adoption unit that the Enderleys donated to us last calendar year. So they donated that in 2024, and we're just now getting it wrapped because it didn't, we had to order it and it had to be delivered and all that stuff. So we
wrapped.
like, putting the graphics on the outside and the branding and all of that.
What is it exactly?
It's a mobile adoption trailer, so.
Oh, you mean by putting like decals on the vehicle?
Exactly.
Oh,
So
okay.
it'll be professionally, wrapped. I don't know how they do it exactly, but they put our logo and all of the graphics on the outside, and it's being done by Alpha Graphics. So I just point that out because it says other charges, which is just very descriptive, but that's the line it's going to be paid out of.
So this was all donated by Commissioner Judy Hayes.
The 8,000 was, yes.
Any questions? Okay, if there's no other questions, all in favor of this resolution, 126-9, say aye.
Aye.
Any against? Okay, 540 against. Next, we have resolution 126-11. Resolution accepting a donation of incubators from Friends of Williamson County Animal Center.
Move to approve.
Second.
These are incubators that, to be exact, incubators are incubators that are used to incubate eggs. But the reason that we purchase these is because when we get neonatal kittens, their body temperature, they can't regulate their own body temperature, so we are able to control the humidity and the temperature and all of those things for these kittens that will give them a better start in life. And they go into foster homes, and obviously it's really hard on fosters if they have to get up round the clock to keep heating discs warm and things like that. So they can set the temperature in these incubators and get some rest, and it's good for everybody.
How many incubators are there?
3.
And so they go to foster parents.
Our
Foster,
foster program is a tiered program, so we call it freshman, sophomore, junior, senior.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a senior level foster, those are the only fosters that are approved to take these bottle babies. And in general, that's usually someone who's been with us for a longer period of time, because obviously you don't want to send a, $1,500, $1,200 incubator out with a brand new foster. So these will only be available to be like checked out or assigned to senior level fosters.
Got it. Is this only for preemie kittens?
Mm-hmm.
How many preemie kittens do you get?
A lot during the summer months, during kitten season. So kitten season usually runs late April to the beginning of November, and we'll get a lot of unmothered litters during that time, because what happens is that there'll be community cats out in the community. They're outdoor cats. They don't necessarily belong to one person. They might be being fed by 4 or 5 people in the neighborhood. And they'll give birth maybe under someone's house or under a bush in a backyard or something. The member of the public sees the kittens. Mom is smart enough to stay away. She knows somebody's watching or somebody's milling around. The person will bring the kittens in, and mom's still out there hiding somewhere, but then she's not there to feed the babies, so we have to then put them in foster with a bottle feeder. And I don't know the exact number, but over 100 probably in the season will go into senior level foster homes, and they only stay with those fosters for 2 or 3 weeks, and then they graduate to a junior, and then so that's kind of how it rolls.
Kitten season.
Any questions? No? All in favor of 12611, say aye.
Aye.
Any against? Okay, 540 against. Resolution 12612. Resolution appropriating and amending the 2025-26 Animal Center budget by $10,000. Revenues to come from unappropriated county general funds. Do I have a motion for approval?
Motion.
Second.
Okay, this one we had a leak in our reclaimed water line, and the city of Franklin bills water 3 months in arrears. So our water leaked for over 3 months before we were notified, and the way we were notified was we got a bill for $19,000 or something crazy. So by the time we got the bill, we had leaked over 1 million gallons of water. We pay the water bill for the entire 38 acres. So the archives building and the animal center building are all on that 1 meter. So we now have shut that off. The reclaimed water is shut off, and our leak stopped at exactly the time that it was shut off, because we winterized the line on October 15th and they shut the water off. The city of Franklin only allows an appeal on 2 water bills. It has to go through BOMA and be signed by the city administrator for us to get a relief on a 3rd bill, which seems crazy to me, really, if it's 3 months in arrears.
What were the first 2?
The first 2 were higher than this. The first one, I think, was around $16,000. I should have brought the bills
So
with me.
you saying you
I
didn't
apologize.
realize that you had 3 horrendous bills coming until
Right.
you got the first one?
I got, the leak started in August, and we got that bill in October. So they billed us in October, and I've worked with the water company on it, and I have submitted a request to have them consider some relief on the 3rd bill as well. But because of the way BOMA falls and all of that, the bill is due before I'm apt to get relief. So whatever is left in any of my lines at the end of the year obviously go back to general fund, but I needed money to cover the bill.
Did you get relief on the first 2?
I got relief. I got 14,000 relief on the first 2. So they credited my second high bill, which was 15,000 something. And that month we paid $1,000. So, because they credited back like $6,800 per bill or something like that. I apologize. I should have brought the bills with me. But then, of course, I knew I was going to get this third bill that I was not going to have remedy for because I have to go through an appeals process for the third bill.
So there's a chance we could get the money back if they
We'll get
give you
some
relief.
of the money back, but I had the money actually to pay that last high bill, but I wouldn't, it left me with like $1,000 in that line. So I wouldn't have had any money to pay
What's a
my
normal
February bill. When there's no irrigation, around $1,000. When the irrigation is running, it's more like $3,000 or $4,000. But you know, we're watering 20 acres, you know, because we're doing the irrigation at the archives building as well.
Why are we
So,
watering 20 acres?
well, the archives building has however many acres it has.
It's lawn, you can't just let it go to natural.
Well, no, because city regulations require like certain number of shrubs, certain number of trees, certain number of this and that by their building code, and we paid for all of that. And the archives building had to pay for all of that as well. So if we didn't water it in the summer months, it would die, you know, so you're in kind of in a catch-22. And there's way too much for somebody to, you know, stand out there with a water hose.
Does the archives reimburse you for any of this, or that's kind of an odd?
No, we don't. I mean, it's just, it was set up that way. The meter was set up that way. And it's the same with the proscapes. We maintain the property all the way up to the road because we were there first, and that's just the way it was set up. And so when I do my budget every year, I figure that into the budget. And the archives, I mean, it's like taking the money out of the right pocket and putting it into the left. I mean, if they budgeted, it's still coming out of county general, you know, so we just put it on our bill.
Quick question.
Sure, Steph.
So the leak's been fixed, or is it, we just turned it off, you winterized it?
We
so it's just-
winterized it before we knew it was leaking. That's what's so hard, is it's 3 months. They bill 3 months in arrears. So we winterized it. So what we've worked out with the city is when we turn it back on, we will turn it on in zones. So I'm not an irrigation expert. I wish Scott was here because he designed golf courses, so he understands all of it. But we will turn the irrigation back on in zones. The city will monitor the meters as we turn them on so that we'll know, we can isolate the leak and get it fixed before it run. Like, we won't let it run. We should know pretty immediately when we turn that zone on. It's gonna, I mean, if we leaked 1 million gallons and.
There's a meter on this thing,
lot.
right?
Right.
See,
Yes.
you can watch the meter and see when things go out of whack.
I'm
Right.
honestly just shocked that they don't have something on their side to say, hey, do you realize your water just went up?
I actually
Right.
asked about that
300%.
because
Yeah.
at I'm assuming you have Mill Crofton, like
Yeah.
I have Mill
We get
Crofton.
alerts.
If my toilet runs consecutively for 24 hours, someone from Mill Crofton calls me
Yeah.
and says, you know, you've
Really?
used 5 gallons of water more in the last 20. I mean,
Yeah,
it's a
we
small.
get alerts, and you can look real time with Millcroft and
Yes.
see what your water usage
And
looks like. To see
I
if you see a
asked the
spike.
city that question, and they said that the simple answer that they gave me was that the software that they use has that capability, but it's an upgrade beyond what the city has. So they don't have that alert set up on their software system.
They can probably afford to pay for it now if we paid them $20,000.
I mean, I have every reason to believe they will approve,
The third
some
bill.
relief on the third bill. I don't know why
They're
they
losing water.
wouldn't, but
So is it 10,000? Sounds like a lot. If you've got 1,000 in the line, and your bill's probably gonna be around 1,000, and you're probably gonna get some relief coming
But
back,
think-
why do we,
Well, think about the fact that I am going to be, we're 3 months behind, so in January, I'll be paying February, I'll be paying October, November, so I'm behind bills, I potentially won't need 10,000, but that's how much this bill is right around $10,000, so that
and it
left
should have been
me-
1,000.
Yeah, it should have been around 1,000. So if they give me back 50% of it, which is what approximately they've given me on the last two, then it'll be 5,000, and then I've got 5 more months of water bills to pay. Most of them at 1,000, but then once we turn the irrigation back on,
It'll go back.
it'll go back up. So
Right,
there might be a little cushion in here, but if there's money left, it's
It
just gonna
rolls
go
over,
back to
yeah.
general fund. It's not like I'll get to spend it on something fun.
I think
You don't think water is fun?
Suggest the software upgrade.
yeah,
Well, my concern is the archives building is having some kind of pool party, and that might be a real problem.
Well, I asked for a pool when we built this building, but somehow nobody thought it was a good idea.
Oh, goodness.
all
Wow.
right, any other questions or comments?
Yeah. Thank you for doing the appeals, though, going through
Yeah.
that process.
I mean, I about had a coronary when I saw
Yeah,
the
I'm
first
sure.
bill.
I'm sure.
I've been there. We had our pool was running over, and our maintenance guy just ignored it for 5 weeks. And we got like $1,000 bill.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, well,
Oops.
whatever. They're no longer taking care of our pool. So
Yeah.
they can't even see something like that going on. Okay. Well, all in favor of 12612, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, any against? 540 against. Resolution 12613, resolution accepting a donation of walkie-talkies valuing approximately $2,200 from the company Rocky Talkie. Do I have a
Motion
motion?
Second.
Okay.
So we use walkie-talkies to communicate throughout the building. It's first and foremost for safety. If you get caught in an area where you don't have access to a phone and there's a dog or a cat that, are threatening. But also just, we need a cleanup on this kennel, whatever. And so we've always just bought regular walkie-talkies. One of our volunteers works for this company and saw our staff using these, dinky walkie-talkies and offered to purchase or donate these for us. And these are like for mountain climbing. They're what people use in mountain climbing, so they're very rugged and they clip on with carabiners and they have a backup strap, so if it falls, it doesn't, hit the ground and shatter. So they're really nice, and the really beautiful thing about them is they don't pick up the kids talking to each other over in West Haven, so you don't have like the creepy, you're in there at midnight by yourself and you hear, hey, are you over there? It's like, "Ah!"
Is that what the old ones did?
Yeah, the old ones would pick up random,
Airwaves.
radio waves, and it was very creepy if you're in the shelter at night and you hear one going off and somebody's talking, and
Yeah.
it's creepy to be in there at night anyway, but much less with walkie-talkies
huge.
going off.
All right. Thank you for the explanation. Any questions? All in favor of 12613, say aye.
Aye.
Any against? That's 540 against. Before we adjourn, does anyone have other business to talk about? No? Okay, then I adjourn the meeting.